Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, welcome to the RedressRight YouTube channel. Hey, you know what we're getting ready to do? Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to bring some things back. But the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about what's in front of you right here. You mind? This is known as amaralegion. Now, amaralegion, what is it? Well, amaralegion is the first of its time organization. See, amaralegion recognizes something that most people don't get. What is that, you say? That the credit of the nation, according to Congress, comes from the people and the placing of a lien on all of their property and all of their homes. And that the money is backed by the credit of the nation. And so the banks, when they use the money that is the credit of the nation, they recognize that they're doing so at the behest of the people. They don't own the new money, the people do. Wait, don't take my word for it. Read the page, because this page is specifically designed to point out those aspects of the so-called code and case laws to let you know exactly what you, as a party to that agreement, have the right to do. That's right, I said a party to that agreement. When Congress said in their congressional notes, their congressional record, what their congressional intent was to back the money by the people and their properties. And the people accepted that agreement by their participating in the use of this so-called economic system. They became parties to that agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, amaralegion is there to help you all understand that as creditors, because you can't use the money for nothing. Remember, Congress authorized the bills to be printed. And I need you all to pay attention, because this is not going to be a very long video. They authorized the bills to be printed in ones, twos, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, hundreds, 1,000. Let's not even forget about the $500 bill, 10,000, and never once did Congress assess or assign a valuation to the bills. They never said a $1 bill is worth blah, blah, blah. A $2 bill is worth blah, blah, blah. People have only assumed that a $1 bill and a $1 bill equals $2. That was all a presumption and an assumption on their part. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you how the law is supposed to work. See, Congress says that they were to make uniform the value of every dollar, equal power for every dollar. Do you remember House Joint Resolution? Well, here's a snapshot from that. To assure the uniform, the same, equal. Oh, look, they're all wearing the same uniform, Mommy. Boy, shut up. They're going to school. Okay? Uniform value. Wait. Uniform value to the coins and currencies of the United States. You notice it says coins with an S? That's the last time you're going to see that in that act, because every other coins is coin, singular. Currency is currency, singular. Why? Because they made the value uniform. So a $1 bill is the same as a $100 bill. Why? Because they're all dollar bills. You just heard me say $100 bill, $20 bill, $50 bill. You don't, when you pronounce the name, you don't call it dollars. You don't believe me? Well, go back and look at how Congress authorized not dollars, but dollar, singular, for each one of the bills. They are not to be accumulated. If they wanted it accumulated, Congress would have specified. Don't take my word for it. Go and read the intentions of Congress when enacting that act. Hold on, we're not finished. See, Congress says that anybody demanding payment for a debt and sitting up there asking for it in different currencies and species of currency, said that junk affects their ability to regulate the money of the United States and is inconsistent with the declared policies of Congress to maintain at all times That's even in the summertime, wintertime, springtime, and fall time. That's even in the morning time, the afternoon time, and the evening time. That's even in the New York time, the LA time, and the Washington time. That's at all times, ladies and gentlemen. The equal, uniform power of every dollar. Wait a minute. Y'all hold on. I want y'all to pause this video right now and go grab yourself a quarter. Some of your quarters is going to be on the front side. Some of your quarters is going to be on the back side. But no matter what side you find it on, it's going to be at the bottom. And you're going to see it says dollar. Now, I want you to follow me because many of you will get this. It's nothing new. We're not creating anything new. It just took me 5 months to train the staff, help them to understand what the law actually says as opposed to what we've been assuming. I'm going to prove to you that every dollar, every coin dollar, a quarter is a coin dollar, a penny is a penny dollar, a nickel is a nickel dollar. Talked about this in 2012, did an extensive 2-hour-long video on it, and still people didn't get it. So let me help you out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to prove to you that a coin dollar and a paper dollar has the same value. Let me prove it to you. When did Congress authorize pennies, nickels, and dimes? You don't see that here. You don't see that here. You look, take a look. You don't see that nowhere here. They don't say nothing about pennies, nickels, and dimes. So let me help you out. I go to the store tomorrow. Every dollar has equal value. Okay? I buy something that is 78 cents because I'm cheap. So I buy something at 78 cents and the guy says, okay, sir, that's 78 cents. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give him exact change. So I tear off, no, you heard me. I tear off 22% of the dollar. 22% of the dollar, and I give him the rest of the dollar bill. And I go on about my way. Why? Because I just gave him his exact change. No, you're supposed to use nickels, dimes, quarters, and pennies. No, there is no law that says I have to use nickels, dimes, quarters, and pennies. If something costs 50 cents, I'm supposed to tear the dollar in half and give him 50 cents. It said uniform value for every dollar. Uniform. If you understand the illustration I just gave you, the reason why you can't just tear off a piece of a dollar, because that's what Congress would be saying if it gave the dollar a valuation. Then you can tear a piece of the dollar off and give them the rest. You don't believe me? Well, look at how they handle gold. Now, I want you all to pay attention. There is a lot of work that goes into changing a constitutional amendment. The gold clause required certain things to take place in Congress before they could change the gold clause. Go back and look at how a House joint resolution did not amend the Constitution. No, don't take my word for it. Go back and look at the House joint resolution, how it did not amend the Constitution. So you're going to say, well, why is all of this? What does all of this mean? Let me show you, if you don't mind. To show you that nothing has changed, I want you guys to pay attention to something. A coin dollar is worth no more for the purposes of tender or payment of an ordinary debt than a note dollar. So they've already told you a coin dollar, a quarter is a coin dollar. It didn't say a dollar piece, didn't say 50-cent piece. It said a coin dollar. They did that specifically and intentionally because they're both dollars. It doesn't matter if it has a word in front of it. Doesn't matter if it has a word after it. It still says dollar. Doesn't matter if it attaches an S. Doesn't matter because the law doesn't look at the S or the attachment. The law looks at the fact that the world default currency is the United States dollar. And the dollar is coined and minted by the United States Treasury. They only coin and mint dollars, people. Don't take my word for it. Call them up and ask them. They are not authorized to coin and mint anything else. Go ahead, ask them if they're able to coin and mint something else, because I guarantee you, if the dollar is the world default currency, then nickels, dimes, pennies, quarters, and 50-cent pieces would be unacceptable throughout the entire world. You wouldn't even be able to use that junk. Why? Because they're not dollars. The dollar is the world default currency. All of those are dollars. You're going to get it in a second. The law has not made the note a standard of value any more than the coin. I said the coin. Let's take the word the, because I just imported it, and let's take it and change it to a coin. So the law has not made the note a standard of value any more than a coin. Somebody brought something to my attention the other day talking about a peppercorn. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what a peppercorn is, but he told me about this case that I went and read, how a guy purchased a home from his mother because it was part of the trust, purchased a home from the mother, part of her estate, for a peppercorn. That's what she was willing to accept because it had to be of value. And the courts ruled, because it went all the way to the Supreme Court, that it had to have value, and a peppercorn was said to be worth a penny. Ain't that interesting? So many stories to go with that, but we ain't going to talk about that right now. Let's continue. It is true that in the market, as an article of merchandise, those coins, one is of greater value than the other, the coins and the dollar bill. The penny is supposed to be less than the dollar bill in the market. As an article of merchandise, the penny is worth less than the dollar bill. But, hold on, as for money, that is to say, as a medium of exchange, the law knows no difference between them. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to send somebody to voicemail because I'm talking to y'all right now, because y'all deserve this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go back and you look at the congressional record, we're going to go there. Let's see if I have it open. I may not have it open because I've had too many things open, but no, that's the Fair Housing Act. Where are you? Is it this one? This one, I think this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I got two things I want to show you, and then we're going to bring this to an end. This should be page 83. Let's make this larger so you guys can see the screen, because it makes no sense that I read it all the time. I know what it says, but now it's time for y'all to know what it says. This is page 83 of the congressional record. Under the new law, the money is issued to the banks in return for government obligations. We're going to skip all of this for now. The money will be worth 100 cents on the dollar. You see, they said 100 cents on the dollar. So basically, pay attention, 100 cents. Is that 120 cents, 180 cents? No, it says 100 cents on the dollar. Pay attention, because it is backed by the credit of the nation. It will represent the credit of the nation, a mortgage on all of the homes and other property of all the people of the nation. See, everybody was assuming that it was the money that would represent a mortgage. No, it is the credit of the nation, because they're backing the money with your property. But hold on. If you are leasing your property to the United States government, pay attention, because the government is mortgaging your property. That means you're leasing your property to the United States government, because they cannot take your property without just compensation. What is your compensation? Well, the government says that as long as the banks are using the money, you can use bills of exchange, drafts, notes, trade acceptances, and bankers' acceptances. The banks do not issue bills of exchange. The people do. Go back and take a look at the law. The banks do not issue drafts and notes. The people do. The merchants do not, but the people do. These are mediums of exchange, people. And what are they medium of exchange it for? The money is issued to the banks in return, exchange for government obligations. This has been the law all this time, and nobody's been following it. So what amaralegion is going to do, amaralegion is going to now take and have you as the creditor where you should have been to begin with, because the money is backed by your credit. I'm sorry, I need to show you this so that you'll understand whom you are. It will represent a mortgage on all the homes and other property of all the people in the nation, not of the nation, in the nation. Oh, my brother's he's a member of the nation. Not that nation. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand, you are one of the people in the nation. Now, I want you to pay attention. And a so-called illegal alien is one of the people in the nation. Puerto Rico, all the territories are in the nation. They are mortgaging everybody's properties, their estates, everything. But no one's property may be seized by government for public use, and anything the government seizes is for public use because they cannot be private use. Go ahead and understand the principles of law. So no property may be seized for public use without just compensation. So what's the compensation? If the banks use the money, you get to use bills of exchange, other government obligations. So long as the banks utilize the money, because they can't use the money without you. Remember, the money will be worth 100 cents on the dollar because it is backed by the credit of the nation. Without your credit, that's right, you contribute to the credit of the nation. Without your credit, there is no government. They won't be able to buy anything. You guys must understand, the government does not have the power to buy anything. The government has no value. Hold on, so that y'all get this. The government can't own any property. All property of the government is public property. It belongs to the people in the nation. The government cannot own any property in and of itself. It does not have the authority to do so. Congress cannot go and buy nothing for Congress. The executive branch cannot go and buy nothing for the executive branch. Anybody who assumed that have misunderstood the whole purpose of government. Government can only do for the people because it's of the people and by the people. So, any property the government takes over is for public use. They cannot take anybody's property for public use without just compensation. It's called the Takens Clause. They cannot take anybody's property for public use. That is the Takens Clause. Go ahead, take a look at it. Now, look, I've mentioned so many different principles of law here. I've talked about so many laws. The only ones you need to do is go back and listen to this, understand it. Go to this website. What's the website, homie? Well, hold on. I don't know why y'all in such a rush. Ladies and gentlemen, the website is amaralegion, amaralegion.com, without the hyphen, amaralegion.com. See, amaralegion.com. The site just went up today. Took over 2 weeks to put it together. A lot of information, a lot of links, a lot of links. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you all the information for the entire puzzle so you can put it together, to show what took place in 1933, to show about the banking acts and how it led to the junk we're dealing with now. Now, while we put the whole congressional record stuff up here and the Gold Reserve Act of 1934, including Presidential Proclamation 2039, all you got to do is click on the links. It will take you there. We want you to understand, this is what I told people. This is amaralegion. Now, I don't work for amaralegion. I'm just a founder. None of the monies come to me. Technically now they are put into the Eon Foundation, but that doesn't come to me. That is a foundation. I don't control the foundation. What? It is in your name? That's right. It is in my name, but the way we worked out everything, I don't get to just take and say that's mine. Well, many of you guys should know me by now. For all of the work that I've just done the last 2 weeks, I don't get paid a dime. Nobody's paying me a dime for any of this. And I cannot begin to tell you, I've been up since 4 o'clock working on this website, trying to make sure everything was correct, trying to make sure the words were correct, because this one means a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a limited power of attorney agreement associated with this. See, we're going to do another video This video will probably go to 25 minutes, so I'll do another 5 minutes only. I wasn't planning on going this long, but it's necessary that we give you enough information. When you read the site, I want you all to pay attention to one thing. In 2003, I paid someone $3,500 to correct my credit. And then I gave him another $3,500 to correct my good friend's credit, who at the time was my best friend. He's not anymore, but he was then. And I took the time saying, no, we're going to get your credit straightened out and everything. And right after we did that, somebody messed up his credit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, $7,000 to fix that person's credit. So go ahead and see if you can get someone to fix $600,000 worth of your credit, because that's what we're doing. That is the limit. $600,000 worth of credit, 3 accounts. They will only do 3 accounts. They will not do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We figured 3 accounts is absolutely perfect. Why? Because that's your highest amount of debt, up to $600,000. So if you have 3 accounts and they are $2 million, then you can only do up to $600,000. There is no assignment. There is no avenue for them doing more, because I haven't talked to them about that. Now remember, there's a lot going on because you are the creditor. You are the creditor. With each one of those people claiming you owe them money, I just showed you where you can't possibly owe anybody any money. Wait, I'm sorry. We'll probably go 1 more minute over, and I'm hoping I'm not going to, because I forgot to show you this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is page 83 of this act. You can find it on the website. Okay, this is 1933, and as you see right here, this is page 83. The first 3 paragraphs are your best friend. First paragraph starts there. That's the second paragraph. I don't really care for the second paragraph, but we're going to stop at this 3rd paragraph. Watch what y'all going to learn. Those of us who have worked. No, is this it? No, I went too far. It's right here. Nope. Did I go too far? This right here, right here. See this right here? The gold that is given up by the people. Remember how they had to turn in their gold? In the present crisis, should be delivered to the government. It should be used to issue additional monies. So the reason why you're getting that money is because we gave up our gold. That's the only reason why the banks get to use the new money, because we gave up our gold. It should be used to issue additional money upon which the people will not have to pay interest while it is in circulation. Wait, the people will not have to pay interest while it's in circulation. Wait, no, maybe y'all didn't see what it just said. It says, upon which the people will not pay interest. We can get rid of have to, because that's a useless words now. The people will not pay interest while it's in circulation. Well, how many of y'all been paying interest payments only on your mortgages, where you borrowed from the banks with the monies? And remember, the credit is the monies. Shh. Pay attention. The money is backed by the credit of the nation. The credit is the money. That's the lawful money. Well, you're not supposed to be charged interest on that, ladies and gentlemen, but the banks have been charging you interest in violation of the intentions of this act. By the way, this provision of the act has not been repealed. How do you know? Because in order to repeal this portion of the act, the gold has to be returned. Remember, it is because of the gold that they were allowed to do this in the first place. They took the gold should be given to the government, and it should be used to issue additional monies. So without the gold, there is no money being issued. Don't take my word for it, just understand it. So I got 2 minutes, so let me go ahead and explain it, and then we'll talk about it in another video, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the RedressRight channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make sure that you all understand this, because it is absolutely positively necessary that you do. What amaralegion is going to be doing is it's going to be representing you as the creditor. Now, mind you, hold on. It doesn't mean that they will limit the amount of debt they discharge on your behalf to $600,000. No, that right there will be whatever bills you receive. But what they will not do is, if you have a credit report that says 3 million, 8 million, 10 million, they will not handle those. Not right now. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a limited power of attorney that is on the website. Sorry, I'm trying to scan down to that because I'm trying to get this thing done, because I've been up since 4 o'clock, and as you see on my clock, it's after 5, and I really am tired, and I got a lot to do tomorrow. This is the limited power of attorney contract here at the bottom. Sorry, those are just cases. Limited power of attorney engagement agreement. That's your name. You put your name. Then you put your email. It's not your website, so we got to get rid of that. I apologize. That was supposed to be corrected. That's your phone number. And it's not your company. So we're going to have to, I do have a couple more edits. I'll take care of that now. I won't be able to get no sleep. All right. Then what you're going to put down is the type of agreement you are sitting up there discharging. Because remember, you were the creditor to begin with. That's why they were supposed to send it to the Treasury to get the credit for doing business with you to keep the economy going. Don't believe me? Just go ahead and look. Your living address, city, and state. Okay. Then your age, last four of the social, and this right here goes straight to admin. This does not go to no regular company persons. This goes straight to admin. Nobody gets this information. This does not get distributed to, not even to me. I don't get to see this information once it's completed. This is your contract. If anyone ever asks for a copy, it will be redacted. You guys know me. You know I don't play that, well, threatening, we're going to do this and do that. I'm so glad amaralegion is part of a trust organization. They want to get and pierce the veil of the trust. They got a lot of work to do. There is a written agreement, and upon request, I will provide it. You're going to let them know that, yeah, we got a written agreement, and if you guys request us, we provide it, we'll give you the written agreement so we can validate the debt. See, you're going to do something that the other side never does. You're going to validate your debt. You're going to put together, we already have the documents created and everything. You're going to put together proof that your debt is valid. Why? Because it's he who has the most evidence and he who has completed the process. So this is completing the administrative process. You will have notarized documents. You will have proof of service. All of this will be done for you to take care of that. Then you'll be able to write it off. Then you'll be able to do your 1099-Cs the proper way. Wait a minute. You don't have to do the 1099-Cs. amaralegion will do them for you. And they'll do the other filings that need to be done in addition to that to prove that the government has recognized this debt as being charged off. We'll explain more in another video in the future, but I just need to get this across to you. I do hereby, my initials, acknowledge that I will abide by this agreement in good faith, reserving all rights associated here too. I got to get rid of that extra. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we made it so that you're reserving your rights. Okay? So you don't have to put under reservation of rights or anything like that. We will, that's why this is a limited power of attorney. Okay? I am aware that I am limited to 3 accounts totaling $600,000. Okay? Those are the only people they're accepting right now. And then you just type your name in. That will be your electronic signature. Ladies and gentlemen, this document is not to be altered. Even if you do alter it, please understand, if you don't take care of all the lines that need to be taken care of, guess what they will not do? They will not process your information. Okay? Now look, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing, I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you guys dizzy and blind, but what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way to the top because I need to show you page 2. Page 2 is the debt emergency. This is the complete history on debt, showing you exactly how we got here. Okay, did that for you guys. There's a lot of, I promise you, a lot of research, a lot of documents that many of you probably had not been made aware of. But I guarantee if you read the sections that it points to, you'll have a better understanding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to bring and welcome you to amaralegion. They were supposed to start this past Monday, but they couldn't because of me. As I told everybody, I really am slowing down. And it has taken a lot of effort to stay focused to be able to put this together. Again, I still have some minor little tweaks I have to do. By the time this video is up, that will be done. Oh, hey, I'll be telling you guys in the future about my having Elon Musk, the satellite, called Skynet. Starlink. Skynet. I have Skynet. And I now have the internet so that I can communicate and access and so forth. So it's about time. And yes, I don't have any money, but I'm paying for that junk because I don't get to write my stuff off like the rest of you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do want to let you guys know we'll be giving you an update on the tax credits for the SATCOM, SATPACs, and all of that in my next video. Stay tuned for that. I'm hoping to get that out to you guys by Sunday. Let you know what we're doing, what we've been doing, and why we had to do it this way, which is why it took 3 more weeks to start getting the stuff out to you. We'll explain all of that. Stay tuned. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. Sorry about the 31 minutes, but, you know, we had to. Gotta go.